Ben Shephard has always been that ray of sunshine Britain can count on. The man whose smile could brighten even the grayest Monday morning, whose laughter seemed to make coffee taste better. Whether he's teasing his co-hosts, cracking jokes when live TV goes gloriously wrong, or sharing sweet stories about his wife and sons, Ben has always been the kind of person who makes the world feel a little lighter. But sometimes, even the brightest lights flicker. Behind the charming grin and quick wit, there's been a quieter struggle. One that's left his loved ones and fans worried for the man who's usually everyone else's source of comfort. For years, Ben has been the embodiment of dedication. Those brutally early mornings, the adrenaline rush of live television, the never-ending chase to keep millions of viewers smiling before breakfast. But what few saw was the toll it was taking, the exhaustion that crept into his bones, the moments when he'd leave the studio and just sit in silence, trying to catch his breath before doing it all again. It started as fatigue, nothing dramatic, just that deep, gnawing tiredness that refuses to fade. He told himself it was fine. A good night's sleep would fix it. Except it didn't. The aches grew sharper, the energy dips deeper. Still, being Ben Shephard, professional, perfectionist, and maybe just a bit stubborn, he pushed through. After all, the show must go on. But Annie Shephard, his wife and constant anchor, saw what the cameras didn't. The moments he'd wince after standing too long. The quiet sighs when he thought no one was listening. And like anyone who loves deeply, she knew when it was time to step in. Gently but firmly, she urged him to stop pretending it was just tiredness and get help. Ben finally agreed. Tests followed, then waiting, the kind that stretches hours into days, days into sleepless nights. Friends say Annie never left his side. She's always been the calm in his chaos, the woman who keeps him grounded when his world spins too fast. He jokes that she's the executive producer of his life, and she laughs because she knows it's true. On air, though, viewers began noticing subtle changes. The sparkle in his eyes dimmed a little. His jokes came slower, his movements more careful. Then one morning, he said something that made hearts stop for a moment. Sometimes, he confessed softly, you just have to listen to your body, even when you don't want to. He didn't explain further. He didn't need to. The honesty in his voice said everything. Messages poured in from fans across the country, people thanking him for being brave enough to show vulnerability, for reminding everyone that even heroes of the morning news need to rest sometimes. And then, just as life began to steady, came a new challenge, a fresh role, co-hosting This Morning alongside Kat Deely. It was a career milestone, yes, but also another test. The chemistry between them was effortless, their banter light, their laughter contagious. But behind that laughter, close friends could see the fatigue lingering in his eyes. Ben's the kind of man who never wants to disappoint, who shows up smiling even when he's running on empty. It's admirable, but also quietly heartbreaking. Still, through it all, he remains deeply grateful. He often says that Annie and their two sons are his greatest teachers. They're my anchor, he tells anyone who asks. No matter what happens, I come home to them, and that's all that matters. It's a simple truth, but one that keeps him steady. This experience, though painful, has changed him. He's learning that slowing down isn't failure, it's wisdom. That strength isn't measured by how much you can take, but by knowing when to pause, breathe, and heal. He's begun to value the little things more. Family dinners, late-night laughter, and mornings when he doesn't have to rush. A close friend put it perfectly. Ben's health scare has been a wake-up call. He's realizing he can't pour from an empty cup. And now he's learning to refill it with love, rest, and gratitude. And the fans? They're still right there with him, sending messages, cheering him on, reminding him that he's not just a presenter, but a person who's touched lives through kindness and authenticity.
Ben Shephard's story isn't one of weakness, it's one of rediscovery. It's about finding balance in the chaos, humor in the heartbreak, and love in the moments that matter most. He's shown that vulnerability isn't something to hide, it's the very thing that connects us all. Because in the end, resilience isn't about never falling, it's about standing back up, with a smile, a joke, and maybe a cup of tea in hand, ready to face the world again. And if we've learned anything from Ben Shephard, it's that no matter how heavy life gets, a little laughter, a little love, and a lot of courage can carry you through anything.